The journey begins. Lucas, a 27-year-old man, always felt that something was missing in his life. He never knew what, but every night he would stare at the stars and wish that one day something or someone would find a way to fill the void. He came from a small drab town, where life was limited to routine tasks. He worked in a repair shop for old appliances, but his heart yearned for adventure. One day, which seemed like any other, he received a strange letter. The letter was from a man named Dr. Sterling, a famous archaeologist. I have received a map that points to a legend about lost civilization in the jungle of Peru. This civilization can give humanity something beyond our imagination. If you have the courage, join us. This journey will change your life. The letter was without further explanation. Lucas thought it was a joke at first, but something in his heart made him accept the invitation. Maybe this was what he was looking for. He packed his things and, without telling anyone, set off on a journey that he didn't know would bring him love and unimaginable dangers. After a long journey to Peru, Lucas arrived at a small guest house on the edge of the jungle. He was preparing for his first meeting with a team of explorers. When he entered the room, all eyes turned to the newcomer, who seemed to be the least experienced member of the team. But among those eyes, it was Elena who immediately caught his attention. Elena, a girl with long black hair and deep eyes, had a strong and adventurous personality. She was a young and famous archaeologist who was on the team because of her talent and knowledge, but something in her demeanor suggested that this journey was more than just a scientific mission. Elena approached Lucas with a warm smile and said, "This is your first adventure, right?" Lucas replied, a little embarrassed, "Yeah, I honestly don't know why they invited me to this team. Maybe it was a mistake." Elena laughed and said, "Adventure doesn't require experience. It just requires courage and a big heart. I think you have that." It was their first conversation, but from that moment on, something developed between them that neither of them could explain. The journey into the forest began. The team, consisting of 5 people, passed through dense trees and raging rivers. The forest was alive. The sound of birds, the smell of damp soil, and the sunlight filtering through the branches and leaves of the trees. But the forest was also full of danger. One day, while crossing an old wooden bridge, Elena slipped and fell into the river. The current was strong and Elena was drowning. Lucas immediately jumped into the water. The current was strong, but he caught Elena and they both struggled to reach the shore. Elena, still gasping for breath, looked into Lucas' eyes and said, "You saved my life. Why did you do that?" Lucas replied with a gentle smile, "Because I couldn't let someone like you go." This accident deepened their relationship. Elena began to realize that there was more to Lucas than just a simple man. He had a brave heart and a loving soul. But the forest was not just the nature and beauty. The team soon realized that a group of armed mercenaries were after them. These mercenaries were after the same plan and were willing to do anything to achieve it. One night, a rustling sound was heard through the trees. The team immediately turned off their lights. Lucas and Elena hid together. Elena whispered, "They're after us. If they get their hands on the plan, it's over." Lucas replied seriously, "We won't let that happen. I'm with you." That night, Lucas and Elena felt for the first time that something was forming between them, something beyond friendship or warship, but neither of them had the courage to say it yet. After weeks of searching, the team finally reached the lost temple. The temple was nestled in a huge, overgrown rock. Elena burst into tears when she saw it. "This is what my father was looking for. This is where he was last seen." Lucas gently placed his hand on Elena's shoulder and said, "We're here. Together we will understand what happened." Entering into the temple was like stepping into another world. The walls were covered in paintings that told stories of love and sacrifice. In the center of the temple, a golden star floated, emitting a strange light. Elena explained that, according to legend, this star could grant humans any wish they wished for, but there was a heavy price to pay for it, the greatest thing they had in life. Lucas looked at Elena and said, "This is too dangerous. You can't do this." Elena replied in a quiet voice, "This isn't just about me. This is about my father. I need to know what happened to him." As Elena approached the star, a voice echoed in the temple. "Whoever steps here must sacrifice the thing they love most." Elena hesitated, but before she could make up her mind, Lucas stepped forward. He said, "I will do it." Elena was surprised. "No, Lucas, don't do it. This is your life." Lucas smiled and said, "Sometimes love means sacrifice. You are what I have always sought. If necessary, I will give anything for you." She touched the star, and at that moment a bright light filled the hall. Lucas disappeared, and the temple began to collapse. Elena left the temple, but her heart was broken. Lucas had sacrificed himself to save her and the others. But one night Elena heard Lucas' voice in her dreams, saying, "True love never dies. I will always be with you." Elena returned to the city and decided to write Lucas' story. She knew that Lucas' love and sacrifice would never be forgotten. Every night she looked up at the sky and saw a star that seemed to be giving her. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel and write your comments for us.